Right, Ms. Natasha Tuli, she's creating a brand from scratch and empowering women at the same time. Natasha Tuli, architect, creative genius, and animal activist, founded Soulflower on the pillars of love, compassion, gratitude, with a mission to create a radical farm-to-face beauty brand. Her focus at Soulflower is on building a sustainable business model and achieving the goal of providing her women employees with a work environment they can thrive and succeed in, enabling them to achieve greater economic independence. What a lovely cause. Well, Natasha, as a pioneer of natural beauty in India, is committed to discovering and delivering visible, proven, beautiful results for everyone. Over to you, the two beautiful ladies. Thank you very much, guys.
Hi, good morning, everybody. So my vocal tone is preparing y'all for this very interesting conversation with Natasha. I assure you that the more y'all will know about her, it's extremely inspirational, motivating, and all the adjectives. But we have limited time. So, Natasha, y'all have heard her brief bio. Let's start with how was your growing up? Like, what made Natasha the person who's sitting here, the enigmatic person?
So basically, let me tell you, we had a chat, before this event, and she wanted to know everything about me. And whatever I did not want to speak about, she said, we'll talk about this. They're going to hear a lot of stuff that I'm not very comfortable to talk about, because I like to talk about the positives in life and not, the problems and the situations you go through. But I think that's important for you all to know, because we all have the same problems and we go through all the same things. So growing up, so when I was a kid, I wasn't like this. I was a very shy, quiet, silent, Chashmudin, if you know what Chashmudin means, that's what I was. I used to run in the break. I was in Bombay Scottish, and I used to run in the break time to the library because I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't like humans, or they scared me, or they bullied me, or whatever. So I think that was like my childhood. Most of my schoolmates, they don't even remember me. They remember me now, but they aren't really sure how I was when I was silent and I was quiet. So I think the positive in this is that I used to live in my own dream world. I used to dream of things. Every vacation was an episode of things I used to do. So one holiday I decided to make an ant farm. I didn't tell you about this. So I made an ant farm. I went and collected all the ants from my garden and I got them home. And yes, I made that whole ant house and they all escaped in the house. And my parents and everyone was bitten, and that was an episode. I think that was also the time when I discovered the love for things that can't speak. Because I used to never speak. And I had an affinity towards things that didn't speak, like animals. And I think that's when I also discovered animals, and I also discovered a lot of, what would I say, nature, flowers, herbs, leaves. Because that's how I used to spend my time, right? I used to be hidden in the garden, somewhere hiding there, trying to get that little kitten out or something like that. So my earliest memory, as we was talking yesterday, I think the first time I thought I became a crusader unknowingly was when somebody in my building, one of the naughty boys, they hit stones at this kitten and it broke its leg. So I got it home. My background is that I'm from a typical Punjabi background. I don't know whether you all know it, but cats are supposed to be bad luck and stuff. So my dad said, you can't keep it. And I said, no, it's not going anywhere. And I go to school, and I come back, the cat is gone. It wasn't there anymore. So he said he's gone and left it somewhere. So what would like a 6 or I guess I was 6, 7, 8, maybe 6. I showed you the picture. So what would I do, right? So we had a balcony and I climbed on top of it on a chair and I said, okay, I'm standing here. I think there was a curtain. I said, I'm standing here. I'm not coming down till my cat is brought back. And mind you, this was many years ago. I'm not saying 20 or what, okay? You don't need to know my age, but it was many, many years ago. Kids nowadays are much more assertive, but at that time I was a very, very shy child. So I said, I'm not coming down till my cat comes back, and otherwise I'm gonna jump. So finally, at 8 o'clock in the night, my dad took me. We went to some area where he left the cat. We found the cat. I got the cat back, and it was with me for many, many years. So I think that's the first time I actually stood up for myself, you know.
I think that's beautiful because while she's saying she was shy, I had, that's what I told her. I think there was a very high streak of this is who I am and this is what I want. And that's the narrative that has been building. In fact, your love for animals, your love for what you want. I think that is the voice. Very often our voice, sometimes in spite of being extrovert or introvert, our voice comes later in life. So kudos goes to you. Would love to know how your journey of Soulflower started. Your baby, what inspired you. And I'm sure that many here have dreams of being an entrepreneur, building on something that you're passionate.
So yeah, one thing I'd like to add is there is a lot of stuff going on about how extroverts can have a business because they can go and talk. You've got to go talk to investors, you've got to talk to people, and introverts are very quiet, so they can't do that. That's all bullshit. If you're passionate about something, you're not an introvert, you're not an extrovert, you go out and get what you want. I think that's the only reason I would like to tell you about the story when I was a shy little girl, because when you're passionate about something, you speak up. And that is, I think, the message that I want to give. So coming to Soulflower, as she told you all, I'm an architect. Growing up, I realized I loved art and I was pretty good in studies. So I was compelled to take up architecture, not by anyone, but by myself. So, we set up boundaries for ourselves. Nobody sets it for us. Though I loved art, though everybody said, yes, you should go into a creative field, I said, nahin, Baba, my maths marks are too good. I've got to do engineering or something like that. So 11th and 12th, I actually did my engineering. And that's when I realized, nahin, I'm not enjoying this, so let me do architecture. I joined JJ College of Architecture. I finished 5 years of architecture, and I kind of, again, gravitated towards what I love is plants and herbs and things like that. When I passed out, I think I always had that, I did not know that I want to be an entrepreneur actually. I don't even think I didn't know what the word entrepreneur is. But I just knew that मुझे मेरी चीज करनी है. मुझे किसी का सुनना नहीं है, मुझे मेरी चीज करनी है. And I want to create. I am a creative person. I love to create. मुझे मेरी अंदर की जो भी creativity है ना, I want to get it out. So I think that is what made me an entrepreneur. So once I passed out, I did start my own company. Because, like I was telling you, I don't think I'm employable.
I found that line really hilarious when she said, I don't think I was employable. I thought, really?
I think, again, let me tell you, it's a positive because people pass out now and you go and do your MBAs and you'll get those amazing high, I don't know, kitne 5-figure salaries, 6-figure salaries, and the money enamors you. Or that, wow, I've got this job. Mere sab friends MNC ke office mein kaam kar rahe, where there's a carpet and there's an AC. Dude, even I want to work like that. Please, that's not how my office is, by the way. My office has got 17 animals in it. It's got 12 dogs and the rest of them are cats and counting. I lose count. So my point is that I think I'm lucky that I didn't know what an entrepreneur is. I didn't know what a job is. I said, chalo, I have to start my own business. So I started it. During this journey, coming back to how Soulflower started, I think Soulflower started more on the idea of observing people. Again, it comes back to a little bit of introvertedness. When you're an introvert, you observe people a lot. You see what you're doing. You see what makes them happy, uncomfortable. So I used to look at people who, if you have a pimple, it happens to me too. You have a pimple, you don't want to go out. So maybe if I had a pimple today, I would tell her, see, I'm sick of not coming. You get conscious about how you look. And this world is about appearances. We can't deny that, right? It is about appearances. So you want to have a good hair, you want to be, sleep well, you want to look good. and you want to be overall healthy. I think that's very important for you to achieve what you want to do. And I realized when I was doing architecture, I wasn't really getting that kind of creative drug that I wanted, if I can say that. And Soulflower came upon just as an accident. The name why there is a flower in it because I'm an architect. So I used to kind of do people's homes and offices and stuff like that. And I would completely do it, not just like the walls and stuff like that, but I would bring the bottle, I would bring that Mentos, I would bring the pen, I would bring a flower and put it in. And it basically started with accessorizing people's lives. Slowly as we went on, as I said, I was really fond of herbs and things like that. So we set up Soulflower. Yes, I thought of the name, I made the logo. We didn't really have fancy designers at that time, so you had to do everything. I think that's an entrepreneur journey. Soulflower was set up on love, compassion, and gratitude, as she said. Love for everything that can't speak. Again, our skin can't speak. Your hair can't speak. You know, your body can't tell you, dude, I want to sleep. Sleep now. I want you to sleep properly. I don't want you to have a disturbed sleep. I don't want you to be stressed. So I think those are the few things that appeal to us. It's been set up with me and my partner, Amit. We both set it up. I'm the creative person. He's the numbers person. I'm not a number person, by the way. And love for animals. So when it comes back to Soulflower, this is what I was telling her yesterday. I don't know why people put their life in compartments. You know, I love animals. I wish I had animals, but what are you doing? I'm doing something else. That's fine. What I decided is I want to make one bhel puri of everything. So everything that I love in life is going to be one chart, which is my work. Where do you spend most of your time? Any of all of us spend maximum time in office, right? So office is where I do everything that I love. I have animals. I care for people. I care for people's skin. I like providing happiness to people. That's what I do through my products. I love making people independent, you know, especially women. Most of the people I employ are women. And that is what I was telling her yesterday. My factory was actually in Marol, pretty close by here. And when I set up the factory, I said, I want to employ mostly women. And you know, I found a very funny reason why women don't work. Women used to not work in Sakinaka. I'm talking about the workers, you know, because the bathrooms didn't have doors. You have like a big building with a common bathroom and it doesn't have a door. So if it doesn't have a door, woman can't go there. You know, guys can. And that was a simple reason why women used to not come to work. So things like that, I started working on that, teaching women how to make our products by hand, being independent. In fact, now we also have a farm in Rajasthan, which was set during Corona, where I employ a lot of schools shut. So we took up this school in Rajasthan that was shut during Corona, and all the school teachers were trained to train the other villagers how to make handmade products that Soulflower does, like soaps and things like that. So I think that's been the journey of Soulflower.
About your fundraise. So Soulflower has scaled amazingly. She just closed a fundraise last year, last 21.
Yeah, December we were funded by Wipro.
Yes.
So Wipro, I guess you all know what Wipro is and who Wipro is. So yes, and they back us now, and now we're going for the second fundraise actually.
And I'm sure that itself will also be a stupendous success.
I hope so.
Yeah. So love for animals, the positivity of who you are, you know, having your voice, doing what you love, truly becoming an entrepreneur.
Just do what you love. Just do what you love.
One line she told me that she has encouraged so many people to become entrepreneurs. She says, people like just come to me, and at the moment, even if they're on the fence, I just convince them.
I have made a lot of people quit their jobs.
Yes. So, so that is incredible. Coming to
I did tell you about how I read resumes. So we run an internship program, and I have a lot of people from IIT and IIM who come, but I always read your resume upside down. I want to know what you do in your free time. So this is how I work, right? This is what I told you, and this is how you should think about life. What do you love to do when you don't have to work for it, what do you like to do in your free time? And what if that becomes what you do for the rest of your life? That is like the most amazing dream that you would be living, right? This is what I think. And I was actually telling her that women are more free to do what they want actually. Because men still, at least in this country, you have a lot of stereotype where the man has to engineering karo, doctor bano, whatever, XYZ, you've got to earn so much. Women are not so pressurized, I feel. At least in my family, I wasn't. I was expected to get married at 21, by the way. So I wasn't pressurized. So I said, "Mujhe ye karna hai." He said, "Kar lo." I said, "Mujhe ye karna hai, kar lo." So I think, again, use everything in a positive way and do what you want, which is the most important thing. And if you can make your hobby or what you love doing into your career, that is something what would be the best for everyone.
Lovely. One very sensitive point that we discussed was this life-threatening episode. It's not just an episode, it was I'm sure it must have been extremely hard for her. It was life-threatening, and if you could speak more about that. Because what is amazing is the incredible attitude. In life, we go through so many challenges. There are always highs and lows. And if someone says, "Acha, iske baad theek ho jayega," it never happens. And she truly has gone through it. So it's...
And let me say, I haven't been born. I have been born with a silver spoon, but I didn't take the silver spoon. I told her I was disinherited at 18, by the way, by my father. So whatever I am is because of me, and with my own earning. I haven't had any seed fund, X fund, Y fund, whatever. So that's what I basically want to tell you is that, you've got to find a reason to do what you want rather than a reason to not do what you want. And should I talk about what?
Yes, I think it's very inspiring. I truly, in fact, this morning when I was on my way with my daughter, I was telling her about such inspiring conversation that we had. If you could share more about
I'll put her to work.
She will not leave because she loves animals. But coming to, your health,
Okay, so yeah. Let me say that in 2015, I suffered a brain hemorrhage. There's a hole here. There is a little hole here. So what happened is I'm a marathon runner, and I somehow hit my head and I didn't really realize. And being like, I think most women, I would say, I don't go to a doctor. I said, "Theek hai yaar, it's Bombay, it's stress and things like that." But I was actually internally bleeding, and there came a time when I was paralyzed. My whole right side wouldn't work, and I had like a brain, like a headache all the time and stuff like that. Finally, I collapsed and they had to rush me to the hospital. And I hate hospitals. You should know this. I hate hospitals and I'm very scared of needles. I had to be admitted. I had to be operated. What should I say? The first thing when I came out from my brain hemorrhage, I said, "Meri selfie le lo." I want to preserve this moment. So I was in Leelavati for 14 days, I think. And what do I remember of this journey, right? I don't remember the pain. I actually remember the fun. I remember the fun because like I didn't like the dal and the chawal and stuff like that there. So the trustee came to meet me, they come and meet all the patients. He said, "What, are you okay? Are you happy? Is your head?" And this is a brain hemorrhage, right? It's a very serious thing. I'm like, "Nahi, mujhe khana nahi pasand aa raha. I want cappuccino, I want Italian food." So I got it. So this is, that was my journey. It was very painful. I was told that I would not be able to kind of get back to normal life for 2 years. And I went back to ISB. I went back to work within 2 weeks. And mainly because I was sick and my partner was sitting with me at home and not going to work. So I was thinking, damn it, मैं काम पे नहीं जा रही, he's also not going to work, office में है कौन? So I said, मुझे काम पे जाना. So that's how I started going to work. And I ran the Mumbai Marathon within 4 months of a brain hemorrhage. I'm in a book called Inspirational Indian Runners. And it wasn't easy, let me tell you, it's not easy. And this is what I was telling her yesterday. We should be so thankful that we have a brain that can actually think. Because at that point, my brain, I couldn't think. I can't explain to you, but you don't know what's happening. You're just like a vegetable, you're like a cabbage. And it's so important. What was the after effect of the brain hemorrhage? I would say is I decided कि जो चीज मुझे 10 दिन में करनी थी, मुझे 5 में करनी है. That is the thing. Don't care so much of what people will think, what will they do. Go out and tell people, I love you. I was, after we spoke yesterday, I was just talking to a friend and I said, when was the last time you told your mom, I love you? And he said, मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा. I said, go home now and do it. We don't appreciate things that we have and we don't say it. And I think maybe this is an Indian thing. If you're not happy, you will tell your mom, मुझे आपसे बहुत गुस्सा हो गया, ये आपने किया. But will you tell her, I love you? We don't. We don't tell people, we care for that we love them. So I think live every day as if it's your last. I tell people this a lot. I know because I know how it feels to have almost lost life. So it's just one life we have, yeah. I don't know whether there's an afterlife or not. We should just make the most of what we have.
Yeah, that's incredible because and you've truly gone through it. मतलब हम लोग पढ़ते हैं books में ये सब. Lots of inspiring books.
I didn't have half my hair and I was going to work and everything was fine.
And that must be also tough, right? Like you mentioned that having a pimple scares people. Now imagine with that all, it must have been extremely tough as well.
Yes,
and you had to be more careful after that. So what after that happened? Like you mentioned, you became even more energetic. So would love that. How did that happen?
How did I become more energetic?
Meaning, what inspired you? There was no fear. What really inspired you?
Yeah, you should be fearful, right? I may be sitting right now and saying stupid things, right? Unless you're recording it.
You both could.
So it doesn't really matter. I think you have to be more honest to others, be honest to yourself. Everyone is scared. If you think I'm not scared, listen, I'm very scared. So many times in office, people come and ask me, ma'am, this is the problem. What should I do? I really don't have a solution. And I tell him, acha, theek hai, mereko pen paper laake de. That's just my way. And when the pen paper comes, I just start writing it. I come up with a solution. It may work, it may not work, but at least we tried. So this is what I was telling her about women. I think there are a few men here, but let me tell you, I think women are much smarter than men. And women are much more tougher than men. They outlive the men also. And they are much more independent than men, but they don't realize it and they don't believe it. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to break out of what you think you can't do. Because I do talk at a lot of forums and most of the time the women come and tell me, I wish I could have done what you did. I said, but what is stopping you? I don't see any hatkadi on your hand and legs. Just go do it. So this is my message, I think.
Thank you. We've come towards the end of this chat and would any questions, would encourage people, please, we spoke for about an hour yesterday. So I got a lot of my answers because,
I want people to praise my clothes. Okay, see my suit, please.
Yes, and your spirit. I think that is kudos and it speaks about, both of you all together.
So there is one thing I want to say before you ask people questions, is that whatever you do, and I'm feeling a little shy to talk about my company, but it's just an example of what I think people should do is make something that, you believe in and that stands for your principles. I think that is the most important thing. Money will come. So I'm not saying that I'm making a business that doesn't make money. Of course, we feed 300 strays a day. I need a lot of money to do that. And my whole dream is to set up an animal hospital, but it is through work. I'm not saying that I'm giving up work and I'm becoming like an animal activist. No, I am making my dreams come through my work. So I think this is what you have to focus on, and what you believe in life and your philosophy. If you can really put it into what you do in your everyday life, rather than making it like a box, ki, yaar, I love this, or this is my philosophy, incorporate it into everyday life or your work. That would be something I would ask people to do. Yeah.
Yes. I definitely am totally inspired, and I'm doing what I love and practicing a bit of what you're saying. But
we should have asked them questions when they entered. How many people are doing anonymously? How many of y'all are doing what you don't love? And how many? And the ones who are doing what they don't love can come and talk to
Yeah,
me.
conversion. Yes, questions, girls. Any ladies? Yes.
Hi, and your talk was incredible. I'm a journalist, Vinita Deshmukh, and I've been covering the CII conferences for over 8 years. And for the first time, I'm finding an entrepreneur who's talking with so much of love, passion, concern for people, animals, and I'm truly just dazed. So I was, I just want to ask you that you mentioned that you shifted your company or something premises to facilitate women to come and work. So I wanted to know more details about it. And also a bit more about you've left money behind, it chases you. So, does it
I've
happen
been
to-
told I can earn money if I want to.
Yeah. So, something, a clue on that, it is so important what you said, that to do what you love. And you see the bottom of the biodata. I mean, some things are so sweet, but please tell us first, what did you facilitate your women that they came for work in large numbers and stay there?
So when I started Soulflower, let me tell you, I'm not professionally qualified to run a skin and a hair care company, right? I'm not, right? And it started with me making all the stuff in the kitchen. I used to do it in my kitchen. On Sunday, I used to make my products, and Monday to Saturday, I used to sell my products. And I think somewhere, again, it kind of goes back to my background. I felt that women in my family were not really expected to work at all. And I do come from a movie background, let me say this. My cousins are actors and my father is a movie producer. I'm the niece of this actor called Rajendra Kumar, you know. So in our Punjabi kind of a family, women were just like what showpieces, right? And growing up, I used to see that my dadi is giving more love. As I never liked her too much, okay? I like my nani more. She's giving more love to my cousins, you know, and we weren't really given that much love. Just no expectations. Basically, they don't expect much from a girl. And this is, I think, this is what played in my mind. Okay, why? And when I started the work, we had a choice. So that I purposely took a place in this area. I've been in this area for 20 years. And like I said, when I went to see the premises, I realized that this is the reason why women don't work, right? Because there used to be men who came for jobs, and I said, where are the girls? So I specialize in the time when women are married off, girls, and I'm talking about the lower society girls, right? As soon as they're 18, they finish their schooling, they're married off. That's the time I hire them. That's the time I hire them so that they are made independent. I teach them the whole skills. I also teach them how to speak. I get their medical tests done. There's a whole lot of stuff that happens, and they become so independent because I know that if they're married off at 18, 19, that's the end of their dream. So I think that is important to help them dream. And if you can help someone, why not, right? And I'm not helping just women in this area. I'm also helping women in Rajasthan. I'm helping women. I have another unit in Ambernath. So we help a lot of women. In fact, World Bank has also come and documented us. And I did win the Goldman Sachs Women Entrepreneurship Scholarship for helping women. And that's how I went to ISB. And I haven't paid money for it. It was free.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
Okay, the last is that what are your products?
Okay. So I make natural preservative. I specialize in natural preservative-free products. Again, that's a positive, right? Because when I started, I wasn't a chemist. I didn't know how to make products and put chemicals in it. So I started making natural products. So I make about 80 types of soaps from fresh fruits and vegetables using oils. In fact, a lot of them are under patent now. And that's why I call myself a formulator. I make hair oils. Hair growth is my biggest product. But again, it's more of wellness. Actually, it's more of wellness, There's a lot of aromatherapy. There's feeling good about yourself. And let me tell you, feeling good about yourself and looking good is not bad. It's not that, this predefined thing, ki agar wo studious hai, she should be wearing X, Y, Z. No. I actually contemplated wearing shorts and coming today. Then I said, they may throw me out. But I want to break stereotypes, and that's what I want to tell people, right? You could be an entrepreneur, you could be, doing business, and you could be dressing as you wish. You should not be judged for what you are. But being, being healthy from inside and out is very important. And that's what Soulflower is all about. We do sell in a lot of countries. Now I sell in America, I sell in the US, I sell in Dubai, I sell in Singapore, I sell in Japan, and of course in India.
There was another, yes.
Good morning. This is Ketki. I'm especially come from Goa with my team. I'm a psychologist by profession.
Okay.
So it's interesting the moment you entered and you said here first.
Yes,
the
I know.
energy that you're carrying. It's awesome. Now, what I loved about from your session when you were interacting is the point when you said about resume, when you see people's resume, you said you go from bottom to top.
Yes.
And that's very interesting. The hobby part of it is very much interesting.
Because education could be forced by your parents. Here India hai, engineer banna hi hai, so that they can't force your hobbies.
Correct. And I always believe should, as you said, making your profession as your passion. So my question is, as women, we all go through these ups and downs in life, especially because of the hormonal changes, we go through. When you are in your lows, what is the first thing that you do?
First of all, let me tell you, fake it till you make it.
Okay.
When I'm low, and I'm often low, okay, I'm often low, I do things that I know will uplift me. I'll call a friend. And for me, I'll tell you what is my high. This is very funny, but when I create, it's my high. So I go to Pinterest.
Okay.
Pinterest is my house. So I just go to Pinterest and I start thinking, कि अच्छा भी मैं नया क्या बनाऊंगी? Like I'll make cosmetics now. So I'm working on that. So I keep working on a lot of things and that makes me happy. Watching TV and all that stuff doesn't make me happy. I don't even have a television in my house. I think it's a big waste of time. I rather like call up a friend and talk to someone, make someone quit his job or something, or just create something. So you've got to, basically what I'm trying to tell you is you've got to find what is that drug for you that picks you up. And, use that.
Correct. So I have to carry that drug along with me in Goa and tell everyone carry that drug.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, there's another lady there.
Hi, I have a quick question. So as you said, do what you want. And I know all entrepreneurs to a certain level have that, passion and they want to chart their own course. But my biggest question, I think it all boils down to is that fear of not having that money or not having that base to start.
Over planning also.
Sorry?
Over planning.
Okay. So
When I started my company, I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have this thing कि 3 साल में इतने पैसे बनाऊंगी, इतने बेचूंगी, nothing of that sort. I know it's very absurd, right? But this is the way I have done it. I just started whatever money I had saved from my architecture work. I put in that, my partner put in what money he had, and that's how we started it. And let me tell you, aisa nahi कि it doesn't work, it works. Because like in December, when we got our funding from Wipro, it was during, we went to meet them in August when there was Corona, and the banker and everybody told us, ye sab Excel sheets banao and ye sab banao and all that stuff. And we took all of that, but I had a different plan in mind. I took 20 soaps that I make. And I got women make them, right? So I made the women hand cut them and hand stamp them. And I took, I took pictures of the women who made the soap, and I took the soap and I kept it on the table like this. And they had a whole IB team, and they had the president and the CTO, the CFO, whatever. And they said they're going to grill you on they'll give you 10 minutes. This is what we were told. And they just started looking at my soap. They started looking at the process and how we help people and all that. And that was it. We never even saw the Excel sheet and the deal was done. So, this is what I was telling her yesterday. I don't know whether this is an appropriate place to say this, but I think even getting funding or starting a business, it's like dating. It's like dating. Because when you meet some people in life, jisse tumhe lagta hai, yaar, instant chemistry ho gayi. You meet someone, your dill is going duck, 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 arey, I like this guy or whatever. And there are some people you meet, he may be the most good looking guy, yeah, but you don't feel attracted to him, right? That chemistry is missing. So this is what it is even with your business, your work. Even when you choose a work, do you feel that chemistry with that work? Or when you're going for a fundraise or whatever, do you feel that chemistry with that with the investment banker or with the fund, if you don't feel that chemistry, it's not right for you. That's how I think.
It's amazing. Thank you.
Yes, the lady in red, yeah.
Hi, my name is Seena. I am here on behalf of First Data Pfizer. Thanks to the team who gave us this opportunity to attend the CII event. I have a quick question. As you mentioned, you did engineering, right? And then you shifted to the architecture field. So I want to know what triggered you to shift from engineering to architecture, and what were the initial challenges? Because I think that was a start for you, right?
Yeah, so I did 2 years of electronics at Mithibai. And before that, I did 2 years of computers in school. But we had 2 years of electives. So 4 years of studying science. And then, because I didn't have fun, yaar, wo chemistry nahi thi. That chemistry was not there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, this is another very important thing. We sometimes continue on paths that we have chosen because we chose it. Nobody forced me, let me tell you. My parents said, karo jo main jo karna hai. I chose it, but after a while I felt this is not right. So leave it. You need to have guts to do that. And you need to have that thinking, acha, I also made a wrong decision. I think people don't do that, That's the main thing. No passion, don't enjoy it. Could you dream about it? Because I dream about my work. In the night, I dream about work. I don't dream about Hrithik Roshan, I dream about my work. So if you dream about what you're doing, that means you're enjoying it. If you don't, leave it.
Thank you.
Yes, we have one last question from there. I think we run out of time.
None of the men have asked me any questions. They're all going to hate me. Mujhe jo secret road se nikalna hai.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
But any case, it's very inspiring for the women. Yeah. So this is for women. Yes.
First of all, it is wonderful to hear you. My question is, often we all are judged on our basis on our appearances. Being a woman, as you also said, rightly, in your family, women was nothing less than a showpiece. And right now, when you're working in the cosmetic industry or in a beauty brand, how do you define beauty as, what is beauty according to you? Because I think coming here also, most of the women have contemplated thinking, what should I wear so that I look presentable?
But kyun nahi kare? Tell me something. See, first of all, women's bodies are beautiful and men's bodies are ugly. It's a pure fact, man.
I think this already answers my question.
So if you are beautiful, why can't you do stuff to feel beautiful? And let me tell you, when I used to run marathons, right, at 5 in the morning, you see any of my marathon running picture, you can Google and check it. I've always got blue eyeliner or some eyeliner, and a lot of people have asked me, "Yaar, subah 5 baje tum uth ke ye eyeliner laga ke kyun aa rahe ho?" I said, because when I look in the mirror, I want to be the brightest thing I see. I get up in the morning, I'm sleepy, I want to put that thing, I feel bright, yeah. So, this is a very big misconception. This is what I'm saying. Being beautiful and looking beautiful, wearing lipstick. I love makeup. I'm a natural person. I sell natural products. I do a lot of natural. Yesterday night, I put all multani matti and all on my face to prepare. But you should do what you want and dress what you want because you are beautiful. And if you can use it to your advantage, let me tell you, how does it matter? It, of course, use it to your advantage. If you enter a room and everybody is looking at you because you're gorgeous, so what? It's a plus.
Incredible. I'm sure that everyone has taken away a lot today, and truly very inspiring. And I love your honesty. I think that is so, you speak your mind, your actions are what you feel like. So that is a very rare and beautiful.
And apologies if I've said anything wrong or hurt anyone.
I don't think so. There's a lot that we've left yet.
Maybe they'll call me next time.
Yes, for the remaining. Yeah. Thank you so much. Truly, it was, I'm sure, everybody, on behalf of everybody, it's been an inspiring session. There are a lot of takeaways. Most importantly, be extremely passionate about what you do and, continue doing that. Find your purpose.
Yeah. And I mean, if you want to connect with me, you can always write to me on my Instagram. I'm pretty active there. It's just Natasha Tuli. And it says 0 tolerance for stupidity. So that's the last thing I leave everyone with. Don't tolerate stupidity, okay? Thank you.
Lovely. All right.